Hello everyone. Welcome to my, I guess you could say my fitness, erotic, healthy living album. When I started up my new profile, it was literally, oh look, a little curl. It was literally to go ahead and, change my way of living. I've been living pretty negative for a long time. It's what I grew up as, I naturally am not a depressive, full of anxiety person. I'm actually very bubbly, very loving, very caring. I'm the guy who practically saves an ant from inside the house and takes it outside. You know what I mean? Like, how did I become such an asshole? How did I become such a dark, depressing person who can't see the brighter side of things? I'll explain. First off, I want to start with something very, very deep. Now, a lot of us will not ever confess how we truly feel because of the world we've come to grow in. During these days, sad eyes look like forced labor or hope buried so deep within our hearts that it seems hopeless. People nowadays, or us nowadays, we go through our lives without ever thinking about whether sadness is a good or bad thing. We just automatically think that when we're sad, it's bad. But truth be told, sadness can help us understand where we're at the moment. For example, you see around me right now? There used to be a bench right in this section. Not too long ago, I brought my little brother Oscar. Well, yeah, I brought my little brother Oscar with me to this exact little spot. Mom, anyone watching knows exactly where this little park is at. That right over there is my new car. I've had it for about several months. But this little park is right next to the St. Jude's over there in that section. My life changed forever when it came down to this exact spot. And it's so funny because today is the third day of my routine. I started on the 15th, which means by the next 15th, I will be posting another group of selfies and videos, and mainly just photos of my progress, because what I'm about to get into is the reason for this album that I'm creating is to show a good example of how to overcome the sadness, the depression, the anxiety, the stress, how to overcome these things. You see, lately, I've been allowing myself to fall into these emotional traps. I even allowed myself to reawaken thoughts in my head that I had already filed away. A good friend of mine, he actually reawakened this part of me, and I have to admit, although I hated him for a little bit for showing me the truth of what I am, I have to say that letting him go was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Because as everyone else is going to understand, there's a reason why I'm here today. And like I said, today is the third day of my routine that I have broken, and this is the third time I've actually gone on it. But this, like I said, this time it's different because I allowed myself, not chose or made mistakes, I allowed myself to fall into an emotional distress so I can better understand what it is that's creating this, what it is that's making us sad, what it is that's causing all of this. Why is it doing so? Why does it even exist? Remember, I'm a bubbly person. I love to be cuddled. I don't dress like this all the time. As y'all can see, I'm also very feminine too. I don't always have scruff. Sometimes I enjoy looking like a man because I work hard and I make a living, with where I work. And sometimes, I feel like, looking more feminine. Glam metal back in the day, hair metal would look like that. I mean, look at the movie The Dirt, with Motley Crue. You know what I mean? All these little things, people weren't embarrassed, and they aren't embarrassed. Of course, because they have the power to do so, but not all of us have that confidence. Me personally, I know I look pretty thin, right? But truth be told, I have one of the most horrible subconscious minds ever. I know I'm not obese, you know what I mean? But I'm still not satisfied with my body. I would like for it to look a certain way, Which is why I started up this erotic, fitness, healthy living album, so I can start doing that for myself. You see, there are countless people out there right now who are legitimately making videos like this for themselves, and they're using their own personal profiles to be good examples in the world where there's so much hate and anger and confusion. These people are legitimately doing something like this, and I want to join them. I want to do something like this for y'all. Now, all of y'all are my friends, and I'm all of y'all's friend too. So let's get back to the point, right? Today is day 3 of this routine. It's legitimately a process that I've developed over 15 years. I'm putting myself to the test right now. I know it works because I've gone on it twice, and it has revitalized my body completely. It works for the monk who's sitting inside an actual, fucking monk place, Buddhist temple or whatever. And then it also works for the daily person like us who don't have chances to go to places like that. You see, that was my goal, to try and figure out a way how I can help the little guy. Because you see, the little guy's got to work. The little guy doesn't have time to. Well, we've always got time. Remember, I posted videos on YouTube about explaining time. We always have time as long as you make it. But some of us don't legitimately know how to make that time. So that's why I exist, I guess you could say, to show the little guy. Because I'm the little guy, I'm the little guy with you guys. To show them, or to show us, how to become that enlightened through our daily living. Because you see, I've met so many great people who come from, even traveling monks, and not to be arrogant, but I've always astonished them with the basic understandings of what it is to be out here in this world. Because you see, as a monk, you rid yourself of earthly troubles. But you see, I followed that path too. I personally don't believe in ridding myself of earthly troubles. I enjoy sex. I enjoy food. I enjoy hanging out with my friends. Every now and then I like to enjoy a drink. And I won't lie, people are going to criticize me, but I do enjoy a joint here and there too. You know what I mean? These are things I enjoy. Like, I understand the consequences of these things, but the little man, he don't really care about going to some damn church. Do he? No, he don't, because that's what he's thinking. It's a damn church. I ain't got time to be going over there when I got to make some money here, some cheddar. Not everyone's got time to be, giving praise and worship to the Lord. So that's why I've found so many ways. You could go to a tree. There's the phrase, to ask and you shall receive. There's a whole entire process for that. The Bible has just shortened it down so that way we could just say, ask and you shall receive. But there's an actual process for that. There's a whole entire alignment you have to have. If you're asking the Lord for something and you're expecting to receive it, you're already wrong, because you shouldn't be asking and expecting shit. That's the truth. That is the truth. Because, look it out here. I'd like a donut right now. A blueberry freaking donut. But I got to go get in my car, and I got to have money to do so, right? See, stress right there. Now let's get back to the point again. This little spot right here. It's so funny how there's no table. I brought my brother Oscar here not too long ago, and I explained to him what happened. You see, my mom knows this place very well. But you see, no one really understands what happened to me here. No one, No one understands. No one knows. It's rare that there's only 2 people ever told that's happened in this place. And I'm gonna tell you right here, right now. Just like these workout people, you know what I mean? Guys, I have studied for 15 years of my life. In August 29th, 2018, no, August 29th, 2000, so 2 years ago. Yeah, August 29th, 2018, I shaved my head. I even got a tattoo, you can barely see it, signifying or, showing me that, in other words, that's my crown chakra. I earned that, guys, through 15 years of studying. I earned my crown chakra, you understand? And it's the first chakra I've earned. That's a huge thing for just anyone out there. And you can have that too. Always having yourself aligned with the grand cosmic knowledge and everything, you practically understand. You can explain the world to people in only the way you know how to say it. And if you could do that so correctly, you're performing Dharma. You know what I mean? But this place changed my life forever. And I studied for 15 years of my life. A lot of it was dark. I went through a very dark path in my life, This is probably the darkest I've ever been through, especially in my eternal life. I've never done anything this dark in my whole entire existence. Ever. You know what I mean? It brought me down to a point that I was so low. I was addicted to spice. And if anyone out there who knows this, there was one specific called cheesecake. If you were looking for cheesecake, you were looking for heroin-laced spice. I was addicted to that for 4 years. I was. And when I had no escape, and I thought that I would be in control, I had studied so much to have the control, and I was so in control. And then one day I realized how I lost it. I was in control, but then I lost it. The grief, the loneliness. I was walking the streets for 4 years. My dad kicked me out at 17. And only because he had to wait for me, and it was only past 12. I was just hanging out with my friends, you know what I mean? He knew these people, and at the age of 17, I got kicked out, And I've been living on house hopping and living on the streets and making it. Why am I alive today? Because I had my chance and my dance with the devil, everyone. And where there used to be a table right here, you know what good is when it's calling you on the phone saying, hey, pack your stuff. we're gonna come get you. But you see, that same exact day, and it's just so funny that there's no table here anymore. That same day, my mom's gonna remember this too, because I told her that day. I told her, Mom, I'm gonna pack my stuff up. We were living at my tío's place. I was sleeping on the floor. I would wake up every morning and I would go trying to find a job. And it's funny because my brother said it too. You know, half these people, you can tell they ain't trying to find a job because they don't look like this guy. You see, right now I'm scruffy because I already got the job. I think they don't care what I look like at work right now. You know what I mean? But I never looked like this on the street, guys. I tried my best. No matter what, even with shit, eating out of the trash cans, sleeping outside of the apartment because I couldn't wake anyone because it was already 3, 4 o'clock at night. I was so fucking lonely. I wanted my family to be there for me, but they weren't. They weren't. For 4 years, I was on the streets, studying, dedicating myself. I lost a friend. His name was David. He had to die for me to learn an important lesson. All of that shit brought me to this fucking place. And I almost took my life. I was so ready. The person the person who had sent me a message that day, I sent them a message that day and I said, you know what, I'm not good at conversation, but it's nice to meet you. I said goodbye to my mom, and I hadn't even said goodbye to my dad, but I said bye to my mom and everything felt like it was okay. I sat in this little spot where there's no more table, and I opened up a blade. And as I sat there thinking, staring in this direction, with the world like this behind me, thought to myself, it's okay. It's gonna be over. I'm gonna be home. No more will I be suffering. No more will I be going through this shit all alone. And that's when my dad called. Years it had taken, but my dad finally called. And he said, pack your stuff. We're gonna come get you. But here's the thing. By that point, I was walking around with a black trash bag on my back, carrying my clothes everywhere I had to go. If I needed a wash, I'd walk from this park all the way to the corner of 495 and Sugar with my black bag holding my clothes, asking, begging my grandmother if I could wash my clothes. Why am I alive today? The same reason why you're alive today. You ain't no punk. You ain't no coward. You're going through depression. You feel sad. You're going through anxiety. You're worried about anything that could possibly happen to you. Why are you alive today? You're alive because you want to live. You don't let anyone take that from you. Don't let your parents, don't let your friends, don't let nobody take that from you. That's something you've earned. The Lord will not even take that from you because that's something you've earned. You've gained the right to live. You want to live, you're going to live. You're going to die, you're going to die. There is no escaping that. It's inevitability. Apparently, I didn't want to die here that day. I got a second chance. And now, I may not have shit still. Maybe just a car. Maybe just my music. Maybe just my philosophy. Maybe just this profile. But guess what? I'm not going to give up. Because I didn't die that day. And if you aren't dead yet, and you haven't taken your own life yet, it's because you want to live and because you're strong. And this is why I made this video today, to show you I'm alive today because I want to live. I suffer today because I choose to suffer. If I want a better life, I gotta choose to make that. There ain't no excuses for anyone out there who is sitting on their asses, who have not gone this far deep into their own perspective. If you have not reached that low, then you still have that chance. And you still don't know what it feels like to ever be that low. But if you have, you're not alone. I'm right here. I'm alone at this park right now making this video to try and show my people, to try and show the people I love. I call you all my people because you guys are my people. I'm your people. We're all together in this. This is why I make these videos, because I want to spread love, not hatred. There's already enough hatred in the world, you know? There's already enough anger in the world. They publicize being angry on TV. I go to work and there's always this extreme rojo or something, rojo extremo. All they do is show nothing but accidents and chaos and blood and everything, fighting. That's all they do. They show that on TV, and there are countless people watching that every single day. I literally had to witness my own grandparents change from being non-racist to racist against their own people. You know what I mean? I have seen so much happen in this world that I am so sick of it. And if I'm gonna be alive today, then I'm gonna make a difference. Not starting with you, starting with myself. So this video is not for you. This video is for myself. This video is to be an example to me so that I can place this down and show you all that we're not alone, that we deserve to be loved, that we deserve to feel happy, and we deserve to be given a chance. And guess what? I'm only this good today because the last person who loved me gave me a chance. The last two people who loved me gave me a chance. And I love both of them very much to this very day. My heart is incomplete without both of them. I love a man and I love a woman. They both help me feel complete. I can say that with confidence now. I don't have to confront or say anything in front of my parents or come out of the closet to them. They're just going to experience me like the rest of the world is. I am as I am, and I'm happy despite whether you see tired, sad eyes. I'm happy because this is my life. You should be happy too. Even though it's sad, even though there's not much happiness in it, it's your life and it's beautiful. We can change that together. We could make a difference in our personal lives so we could start showing the world that, there is a healing process out there for us and that we don't necessarily need to seek professional help. There is a way that we can help ourselves. There is a way to gain our certainty. There is a way to gain our faith and to believe again. There is a way to feel happy again. So with all that being said, I normally don't look like this. I don't. I'm not happy with what I see in this picture right now because I want to look a certain way. And that is why I started this album. Because you know what? You got to have determination, you got to have guts, and you got to have truth and purity inside of you to live up to what you feel you believe in yourself in. Because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take for you to have to come back to the fucking places that brought you hell and to remind yourself how far you've come. Because ain't nobody gonna do that for you. Now, my father learned something important, but I have to understand also the further of that. He said, when you look back, what do you expect to see? There ain't nothing to look forward to when you look back. He's absolutely right. There ain't nothing to look forward to when you look back. But when you look back, there's still proof and evidence of all the trial and error you've ever done. For having tried, when you look back, you see all that you've done, whether it be good or bad. That's what I have to say to that. That's why I look back. That's why I'm here right now. That's why I'm not crying, even though I want to, because I want to show you what it looks like when a grown-ass man cries. I'm not ready to show you my tears yet, because this right here, I'm proud of, and no one's going to take that shit away from me, because I made the choice to pick up the phone and accept my father's help. I chose to continue to live and to beat my addiction. I chose to stay at my grandmother's and go through what I've gone through. Me. I chose that. The Lord bestows us with that power in order for us to have our confidence, because He will not do that for us which we can do for ourselves. And I'm not some person who's not going to ever, I'm not someone who's not ever going to try his best. I'm always going to try my best, and the Lord knows that. The Lord's going to always allow people like us to try our best. We know when we need that help. We know it. And that's when we should get on our, not on our knees, but we should find our way to ask so that we could receive that help. And there is a way to do that. If you're religious, cool. If you're not, I don't believe you. Everyone's religious. I'm sorry to say that. Everyone is. Everyone is religious. Everyone follows something, whether it be nothing. We all have a code. We all do something. Whether you find killing a baby rabbit part of your code, others would say, I don't eat that meat because that's my code. We all believe in something. You know what I mean? Everyone is religious. We need to start understanding the truth between religion and Catholicism. You know what I mean? Cults aren't necessarily bad. Cults could be good too. It's just that they look bad because of the personification that we give them, that organizations that are higher above us show us that we should see. If you really want to be honest with yourselves, the Salem witches were just free women who legitimately would dance in the forest because men would oppress them. It was the only place that they could find their own happiness and peace, because we men would oppress women back in the day. And that is why they did that to the witches. And guess what? Because these women went out into the world and actually discovered these magics in the world, now we have magic. Men would not ever have discovered that. They would only have ever known power, because that's what we know, power. But women, y'all know serenity, you know energy. That is the feminine energy of this world. So think about it, guys. There's a lot of wrong happening in the world, and you got to start learning to make up your own damn mind. Because at some point, although it is 666 to make up your own mind against the Lord, at some point we have to make up our own mind, and that's where our tested faith comes in. Whether you're going to go and be the jerk that fucks the chick because you can, or you're going to be yourself because you respect yourself and you're not going to go use someone like that. There's two ways. It's black and white. This is just a pure rough example of what it is, to show you that there is consequences for what we do, and there is a right and wrong outside of what we think. Because when you see a grown-ass monkey rape a baby monkey, you see that shit happen in humanity as well. And that's not healthy. That's not right. When you see that, it's not right. You can tell. And if someone in their heart does not feel anything, someone in their heart feels that that is right, because it's natural and that's just dominance, then you're just as primitive, which is why humanity doesn't just steep or steep to that low. We stem higher than that. We look forward and higher. That's why humanity has a low and it has a high, you know? And I'm already trailing off and shit because I really enjoy making videos like this. But for reals, I really hope you guys can enjoy this time, and I really hope that I can help you. Not me help, but I really hope I could help you all find your own way, to self-discovery, and that way you could discover your own happiness and know how to make it specifically and why you should. You see, because that's what I want to do. I want to show you how you could be happy, what you need to do so, why you need to do so, all these things. Happiness is something we need, and sadness is something we need. And as we continue through this album of fitness, I will show you how to utilize every aspect of yourself. I will not teach you, because you already do it. We all do it every day. I will show you how you're already doing it today and how you can amplify the law of attraction to cater to you, so that way asking and you shall receive will be much easier and more directed towards you. I have my crown chakra for a reason, guys. So not that saying trust me, I'm saying, look, there is a way, and I'm here with you guys. I'm not in a monk, Buddhist temple. I'm here with you guys, you know what I mean? Look, there's graffiti where I'm at. I'm with you guys. So I'm not gonna stir your mind with crazy shit. I'm gonna literally talk to you about what's going on right here, right now. And what we gotta do right here, right now, is just remind ourselves of how far we've come first. So day 3 of this routine that I've been working on, or that I've worked on, first day, you're supposed to come to grips. Understand that you're gonna do something good for yourself. Second day, you're supposed to start prepping the path. You're supposed to learn and know what it's gonna take. You start thinking to yourself, my goals. You start thinking to yourself what I would like to do. Third day, you leave yourself some proof and some evidence that you're gonna do something about it. You do so before you even start working out, before you even start changing your diet. You leave yourself this plan. You leave yourself something, evidence and proof that you're trying. And the thing is this, it takes commitment, because you cannot change overnight. It will take years sometimes. But with this simple process that I can show you, or that you might want to use for yourself, I guarantee you that you will see results in a month. I guarantee it. It takes practicality. And you have to do this every single day. It is a way of life. It is a way to live. And you can't just do it today and expect to be living like that forever. You have to commit to it. And it's a process. And I will show you this process as I continue to make these videos through my fitness, my erotic fitness, healthy living album. Yes, that does mean you're gonna see sexiness. Because like I said, we gotta know how to reach our confidence, and I happen to be a naturally erotic person. So let's all have some fun, right? And let's enjoy ourselves, because this is Earth. We're not in heaven, we're not in hell. This is a place where we get to discover ourselves. And living as human is a very beautiful thing. Because think about it, gods don't know this pain. They don't know this suffrage. They never even were born into a life like this. Did you know that some higher beings don't even know what it feels like to understand feelings? They just know them as tools and constructs to be able to create stuff. They never actually experience love for themselves. They get together with other gods to create things, even if it's with procreation through sexual activity. It's pretty crazy to know that there's such a loss of heart in places that we would think would have it with the beautiful chaos and the segregated peace that we see, It's so crazy that living as a human being, we're so capable of so much. We understand and know right from wrong, good and evil. There's so many aspects with humanity itself that we can see this. So, as we continue on, guys, this first video was supposed to be an eye-opener, in other words. Hopefully y'all will watch this throughout. But like I said, I am dedicating myself to this. I do want to help, I do want to change as a person, and I want to be able to help others by being a good example of what it is that I've survived, because I've survived. And every single day, those of you out there who are suffering with some form of illness, mental or something that causes you to hurt the people you love, whether you like it or not, and forces you to have to let them go because it's real to them and you're hurting them despite the fact that you know you don't mean to. This is for you guys. I'm standing for you guys. because I'm tired of being rejected for others thinking that I'm an asshole when I'm not. Because I've been through some shit, and I know what I've been through, just like you do too. And we ain't got nothing to prove to anyone but ourselves. And how do you do that? You choose to live. Because by choosing to live, you defeat death every day. You defeat your depression. You defeat your anxiety. Although it feels like shit because you're there right there dealing with it, you defeat it every moment for not giving up. Choosing to live doesn't mean you choose the side of God. Choosing to live does not mean you choose to be against the devil. Choosing to live means that you choose to live, that simply. And how you choose to live, that determines on who the kind of person you are and what kind of person you want to be in the future. Remember, choosing to live is not a good or bad thing. Even the leaves want to live. That's why they stay green for as long as they can. And they'll live for as long as they can until they turn brown. And once they're brown, we know that they're brittle, they're withered away, and there is no life in them. But when they're still green, we know there's life. That tree used to stand. I used to climb that tree all the time. Now it's laying on its side, but it's still blooming. It's still growing. Crazy, right? The determination of life when it wishes to live. So if you're still alive today, you've either because you've met your low, or because you've just been surrounded by love enough to not reach that point. And because I've reached this point, I don't want anyone else to go through what I've been through. Although I can't help and save everyone, I'm gonna sure as hell try. Because where there's the devil out there and bad people committed to making our lives miserable, well, guess what? I'll make your life miserable. Because you don't hurt the people I love, and I don't hurt the people I love. And it's been a hard path having to go through the right changes and to lose so many people in order to change the right way. And it's still gonna be a difficult road ahead, but I'm ready because I know I'm not alone anymore. Although I feel alone and although I can say it, I know I'm not alone because I'm posting this video right here to show you guys that I'm not alone because I know you guys are here with me too. Because we're all in this together, guys, and we've all at least once made it there. But guess what? If we're alive today, it's because we chose to live. And that doesn't mean we chose the side of the Lord or the devil. That means we just chose to live. And God himself can actually appreciate that because that's the best gift of all. The source, the creator, the grand conjunction, the 0 point, the voice, the void, whatever y'all want to call it. Trust me, I've studied enough to be able to speak to all of y'all. Whatever y'all want to call it. It's all the same shit, different ass. Like I said, I'm the little guy. I'm not supposed to be speaking like a Buddhist monk unless I truly have to. I'm the little guy, remember that. I'm with you guys. We talk a certain way and we live a certain way. Look. More little people. Let's see if they want to hang out. Later, y'all.